Good evening, everyone. My name is Ranger the Gamer, and today we are going to talk about Vendetta. I'm going to be giving you an honest review and a recap of the mission. I hope you guys enjoy. We start the mission in September 17th, 1942, in Stalingrad, Russia. We play as someone completely different. We take a moment away from Private Miller and the Japanese forces in Peleliu and officially enter the eyes of Private Prochenko in the Red Army during the Russian-German conflict. In this mission, we start off losing. We wake up in a massacre of Russian bodies, with Germans investigating and killing any survivors who cross their path. Once the coast is clear, we start moving our way up out of the fountain. This is where we find a Russian survivor who is a sergeant by the name of Reznov. His mission is to eliminate a high-ranking Nazi general who's named Amsel. Amsel is the official German who is leading the party on the march to Stalingrad. He is in charge for every man, woman, and children that was killed during this time. We find out that during the conflict, Reznov was injured and couldn't use his hand to snipe anymore. He gives us his rifle and instructs us to kill the troops that are on the streets to advance into a sniping position to kill Amsel. We take out the troops right when the bombers fly above the city to mask our shots with their engines. After we take out the troops, we move up to the position. Unfortunately, a German patrol unit advances. They have tanks and a whole lot of troops while it's just us two. We are forced to make a detour and stumble upon burning and empty buildings. And this is where Dresden goes into detail about the conflict, about what was happening. Once we leave the building, we are then fired upon by a marksman sniper. This is going to be our greatest challenge yet. We move to cover and enter a building where the snipers are across from us. Our new mission now is to take on the professional sniper with the help of Reznov. The sniper does use advanced tactics to trick us, such as using a decoy. This is going to be one of our most challenging events yet. Once we take out the sniper, we then proceed to find Amsel, in which we are unfortunately detected by German forces. They try to use dogs, they try to use flamethrowers, they even pushed us off a second-story building. We thought we were safe. We were wrong. They ambushed us, they held us for hostage, things were looking grim. And that's when the Red Army saves us from the German forces. They ambush them and take out all the guards. We find out that the Red Army is making a plan to attack a German outpost and a communications outpost. Reznov has the idea of us going onto the roof to provide sniper cover fire. We are also introduced to flamethrower soldiers. In this mission, we use the tanks to our advantage. If we shoot the flamethrower tank, it not only kills the user, but kills any soldier nearby. So we can use this to take out groups of soldiers with one single bullet. Once we start shooting, the army starts invading and they decide to take over the outpost. Once they take over the outpost, we move to get a better position to help our allies. We are introduced to the PTRS-41, which is by far the best sniper in terms of firepower. It can take off limbs, it can penetrate through body armor, it can penetrate through vehicle armor such as half tracks. We find a good spot to support the second advance, but then we get ambushed by soldiers on the roof and have to take them out in close quarter combat. Once we clear the ambush, we then support the second advance. There are gunners on half-tracks, which we use the PTRS-41 to take out, and there are gunners in the building as well. Once we take out the gunners, we can focus our power on the snipers. Once enough forces have been dealt with, the Red Army advances on the communication outpost. Once the army takes the communication outpost, we make our way to Amsel. We do that by proceeding to the inner workings of the abandoned buildings in which we get ambushed yet again. We take out the ambush and get a good overlook over the German-Russian conflict. This is the battlefield in which we take out Amsel. Now that we have a perfect overlooking position, it's time to find Amsel. Amsel is all among the wrecks of the old destroyed German tanks and Russian bodies. He is fleeing though, so he's gonna be the one German that's gonna be retreating. He's gonna try and run from tank to tank and then escape and achieve. We have to take out his snipers and we have to take out his pilot or his driver. And then, only then, once we take him out, we proceed to kill Amsel as he's escaping. Once we take out Amsel, we are then spotted by the German tanks and they bombard us. We run to escape before Germans rush up the stairs. We want to allow Resnam to take out the forces as he does it all in one swell move. He just blazes his PPSH and they're all gone. After this, we go onto the roof and jump off into the river to escape the German forces. The fate of our player is unknown until the next mission. Now that we finished the recap, let's go into the review. Me personally, it changed the way the game flowed for me. We went from in the Japanese area and machine guns, rocket strikes, jungles, to a urban setting, to a dead city, a city that was almost last means. We went from machine gun fires to stamping on rooftops. It also had a really powerful impact because it makes the user truly see how terrible war was. It makes the user see the horror that was behind it. And that's all for the video today. My name is Vendetta the Gamer. If you liked it, please give me a like and a follow. If you didn't, leave a comment saying what was wrong so I can try and improve upon it. Hope you all have a great day. Game out.